It's the J.R. Joker Show, featuring J.R. Joker. And now with some ado. Okay, now with no further ado, J.R. Joker. How you doing? I hope quite well, excessively well, tremendously well. So let's talk about movies. Not like a movie review, but about how movies influence our how we comport ourselves, how we behave. They give us an example, and I don't mean like the morals that they impart or whatever principles they're trying to teach you, but just the way people behave in a normal, everyday situation. Like, for example, I used to get out of a car, I would take my keys with me. Well, I learned from watching enough movies that desperate people jump into cars and they look in the visor overhead for the keys because there's some guy with a chainsaw after him. Well, so now I understand this is a logical place to keep your keys, you know. I don't know what was wrong with me all those years. Get out, roll up the windows, lock the door, and walk away with keys in my pocket or a belt on my clip. But no. What you want to do, now I understand, is to put all your friends do this, or you ask your friends, just like in the movies, people always leave their keys up in the visor, right? Sure, of course. So now I put my keys up in the visor. And just to be safe, I take my driver's license and I put it on the dashboard. If I have any money, I just toss it on the seat. When I get out of the car, I put my passport on the roof if I happen to have it with me. And now I understand this is the more prudent way to comport yourself in normal daily situations. Thank goodness for movies to have taught me that. Another thing I learned from movies is law enforcement technique. Okay, how they catch bad guys. We always think it's with lots of machine guns and gas canisters and stuff like that. But they actually have a very, very effective way, and we see this in every movie, especially the older ones made in the 30s and 40s and 50s, when the cops are after the bad guys, cops and robbers. Well, imagine two guys sitting in a jail saying, "Hey, so how'd they catch you? What'd you do?" "I knocked over a jewelry store. What about you?" "I robbed a bank. But how'd they get you? Someone turn you in?" "Nah, I was running away from the jewelry store. I had all the jewels in this big bag, and the getaway car was about 10 feet away with the back door open and the motor running. I was about to dive into the back seat when the cops yelled, 'No, don't tell me. "Yeah, you know." "Stop." "Yeah, well, in my case, it was even worse. It was stop in the name of the law." "Boy, them cops are smart." "Yeah, them coppers know their stuff, that's for darn sure." Yeah, so it's obviously a very effective means, Another thing we see in movies a lot is the suspicious activity, the looking both ways before you walk into the clandestine warehouse, 2 o'clock in the morning. Man, it does a lot of good, probably, I've seen about 1 million movies, but there's like nobody ever there, it's like, and then they sneak in, What if they actually were caught doing that, Hey, hi there. Oh, boy, my neck's killing me. Oh, it's this humidity. Doesn't the humidity bother you? Yeah. Ooh. Oh, it feels a little better now. Boy, I tell you. Well, okay, I'll just gonna continue on with my stroll at 2:30 in the morning in this neighborhood that's not near any residential part of town. I just happen to be strolling here. I like to take a healthy constitutional, even when my neck hurts the way it does now. Well, you take care now. You see you later. So these are just some of the ways that movies teach us about life. So It's been really swell talking with you, and see you soon.